Hello everybody, my name is Kjell and this is Spyderco Meadowlark. It's a small brother of Spyderco Cara 2 and a bigger brother of the Robin 2. G10 handle scales, backlock, 8 CR13 MOV steel. Is from the Bird series from Spyderco, made in China. I bought this knife, let's see, 1.5 months ago, I think, something like that. I used it as a small EDC. I think it is a good small EDC. You don't feel it in your pocket. It's a little heavy. It ain't heavy, but you can feel it in your pocket to be so small. I think it's a little heavy. But not heavy. Only that the quality all around are pretty good, and you feel the weight of the quality. It's spot on, about spot on. Backlock. I have no point that I can measure how well it locks. Right now there are tiny, when I really push use power, I can feel a tiny upwards, and when I really push I can feel something sideways too. So there are some blade play, but you don't feel it when you use a knife normally. I think that is all I can say about the knife. I really enjoyed using the knife. It has had hadn't a good edge when I got it, and it needed some sharpening, so I did sharpen it. Stopped at 280 grit on Lansky. Let's see how well it is now before we cut anything. It's a little rugged. It ain't perfect, but there are one little point about the middle of the edge. It's a little rugged, I don't know what that is, but I did not sharpen it to do this test. I know I had to sharpen it afterwards, so let's go on with the test. Now we have cut up one carton of the same material and box that I used before. I'm actually a little disappointed with a knife, the Meadowlark. You see that little curl. The same are on the most of the pieces. So I don't think this is as good as many of the other knives I tested on cardboard. Actually, it has full flat grind, and you have a little rugged end. So I don't know why, actually, but this is the result of cutting up the box, the carton. This is zoom out, mister. This was the leather piece I used to just clean the edge with. Leather are take away much more than just a rug, so I added a little green wax on it just to restore the edge a little. I do let's take 2 on each side just to clean the edge, not to sharpen it. It will have a little effect, but no sharpening. I'll do that between several tasks, so the edge are clean every time. I think that is something you must do when you test a knife to get the best result as I can do. So let's go over to next task. And here we have the next task for the Meadowlark. How sharp are the knife after cutting the cardboard? It's about the same. There are a few spots on the edge that ain't perfect, but it is better now than when it came to me. This is 50 centimeters of paracord. I tried to the shape of the handle and the edge are curved, so let's try a little early on the edge, and it ain't bad, but I've seen better. On the tip it's pretty sharp. But it needs sharpening. No doubt about that. Maybe I should sharpen it a little before the test, but I didn't want to do it twice the same day. That was a paracord, and now it is the tin can. So let's see. Hooks up in the comet-shaped eye. Pretty bad. This was not fun. I cut more than all the way, so I just twist it. I didn't like how it performed on this tin can. It's a rugged edge and several places that you can cut yourself. So I think I didn't like that result. I love Spyderco, but the other knives I tested is way better than this. So let's see if we got any more printer paper to see what the edges are now. That is bad. The only place the edges are sharp is from the comet-shaped spider hole and backwards. I hooked up every time in this hole. There are no parts that sticks out. It's I don't understand why. This comet-shaped spider hole may be the cause of bad cutting on the cardboard also. I didn't think about that. This is bad. Really bad. I can see spots everywhere, and it has rolled up here, rolled to the left side, and it has rolled to the right side too. So this actually rolled both ways. That's bad. I didn't like that. Me love Spyderco. Let's do it fair. Get rid of the tin can parts and just do 2 strokes on each side and see. Yes, you can see it. It has marks on the leather after stropping it. It ain't stropping, it's just partially stropping. It's nice to have a Sabaton in the background. Now we have a little apple. Ooh. This isn't good. I had the Endura, the Delica, the Caracara 2, Robin. I have several cheap Spydercos, and I actually thought that this was one of the better ones with the G10 and full flat grind, and for my EDC task I think it did extremely well. I loved it. The month I use it as an EDC, but this is bad. It will cut most of the way, not break the apple. Thin slices are no problem. It slices through the apple. It's dull, but you can slice thin slices, and that is because of the full flat grind and the thin blade stock. It's only 2.5 millimeters thick on the thickest part, and let's see, the height of it are 26 millimeters. So as you see, the apple tests are actually pretty good. So it passed the apple test with flying colors. And we are back to try the tomato, but first let's do 4 easy drags on the almost strop, just to get rid of the residue from the other test. And now we have to try the tomato. It's so slippery. It won't bite. As you see here, there are some edges on the tomato. The slice ain't that bad. It seems to prefer softer materials. And it like on sharp edge, not on dull edge. Here you see what happened with the cut when the edge are dull. If the Meadowlark was sharp, I think it would cut way better than it do now. It's a soft tomato, but all in all, it's more like a small, easy EDC for soft materials. That's my conclusion of the test so far. Let's see how it does with the paracord. Right down where the comet-shaped spidey hole are, it's pretty sharp. Let's try this. It's so damn fucking dull. It's the opposite of sharp. I did a test with Spyderco 7010 and the edge was about the same and it's the same steel. But all in all, I think the Spyderco steel are better than what the Spyderco do. So it might be the heat treatment that are off with the Spydercos. I don't know, but this is pretty hard to do. This is no fun at all. Now I look at my finger. I use much power. I really push the edge down to cut the paracord. I'm not going to cut my fingers today. That was after the Spyderco 7010. So it's bad. It's bad. Let's say it's bad. And I am disappointed. I must say that. Disappointing. Now we have to test on a paper again. Let's zoom out. Down below the comet-shaped spidey hole. It ain't bad, but when you try, it actually rips the paper. This is bad. Really, really bad. It's a rugged, extremely rugged edge. And the last thing we are going to do is to test the tip of the knife. And as I told you before, if you watch my videos, I did stab those 5 holes really hard, and oops, the bench will not take that beating over time. So what I'm gonna do is 4 fingers on one side and thumb on the other side, and 10 hits as hard as I can without cutting myself. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it seems to be a little out of shape, or is it just a glare? I don't think it bent. It's just the glare from the tip that made me think it go over. The blade play up and down are the same. The blade play sideways are the same. It's microscopic, but there are some. So I'm sorry to say it, all Spyderco fans and myself, the Meadowlark did not do the test well. But it is what it is, a cheap knife, about $18–19 or so. But I expected more from it than this. Now I will I will sharpen it, but I don't care to show how well it cuts after the sharpening. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, and please like, share and subscribe.